Here we are at Belcarra Park with the lovely cottages behind me, and this rock that looks like a bear face that has been overseeing this community here many, many years. And I feel he has a certain wisdom about him that I hope to capture today in an exercise using 37 strokes. 37 strokes meaning when I put paint on my board, I'm not going to lift it. The minute I do, that's one stroke. Usually I count with stones in my hand, but today I will count with shells because I do need some system. I can't remember if I memorize it, so I'm going to pick up 10 shells and be part of the scene here and become intimate with all the pleasures of the ocean side, the seashore, the roughness of the shells. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to do 10 at a time, 3 times plus 7, and that'll be 37 strokes. This number comes from an exercise that Robert Genn has given us to practice our painting techniques with. And sometimes quite an interesting painting can result. So my first stroke is going to be the main rock formation that I'm intrigued by here. It's got lots of undulations. So this is what my brush is doing. It's undulating around this panel. This is a smooth panel that I gessoed myself, just a birch panel. Sanded it down. So it's got a nice white surface. I'm going to go around, make this rock shape now. Do a bit of the mid-tones. Okay, there we go. And the brush is running out of paint finally, but it has covered a good third of it lightly. This could be used as an underpainting. One stroke. Drop a shell. Okay. There's a shadow here. That'll change as the light moves along. I could also do a very quick sketch and practice painting quickly. And here, for the purposes of the video, I am actually speeding up this process a little than actually contemplating each brush stroke. So that's number 2. So quite a bit covered in 2 strokes. So I've just done 2 strokes, and deciding on whether to keep going on the darks. There's not that many darks here actually. It's all sort of a mid-tone. So I might impose color into this piece. And still let's fill in this gray area with some of this gray that I sort of see. So push a little texturing here. This is a filbert brush, so it can be controlled in the line. It's already run out. Okay, there. Can get some medium. And I might put a bit of pinky tone with this gray. I see this, let's see, a little bit of an orangey hue here. So I'm imposing that on here. And I'm just gonna carry this color around because it's quite nice. There. Stroke 3. I'm going to get some of this lighter tone in here. So I'll come around starting over here. So this is the barnacle background. And I'm running out of paint again. Drop a shell. Gonna get a warm color here, Naples yellow, and put this bright colored rock that I see in front here that's lit by the sun. 4. There's another one with a red face here. The highlight. So far it's just an underpainting, but it's good to practice your brush strokes with a medium-sized brush and seeing how far you can actually take it when it's loaded up with lots of paint. For instance, let's try some of that ocean color. Bit of cobalt, bit of white, a little bit of orange to gray it down. And I'm going to get this really sloppy with lots of medium, which has just a bit of stand oil and mineral spirits, odorless. Okay, so I can go across this now on the waves of the ocean, and I'm coming in, lapping up against our little friend here, Barefaced Rock. And it also is sticking at this wind-swept shoreline. It's not really allowing me to carry this paint very far, although I haven't lifted yet, so it's still one brush stroke. Let's push all the paint out of that brush, and there's a little bit of waves there. Okay, so I'm just at 8 strokes here, almost covered this canvas. Let's put some green in there. There's usually a little bit of sort of a green tint from the algae on the shells and that. So where should we put that? Let's get a little bit more. Okay, a little bit of a highlight that I just decided to counteract this very warm painting. So it just brings your eye up to this and makes that look more red. And that I lifted, so I sacrificed a stroke there. Let's just warm it up a bit. And the sunlit, there's a little bit of green here I noticed, so bring that in. And I can exaggerate this just to push your eye up there. Have some nice green tones throughout. Fill this space up quickly. And there's another stroke. So that's 10 strokes, and I'm going to pick up another 10 shells. And it's good to take a break and be able to stand back and feel what's playing out in the piece and how the brush work has flown throughout. I might try a slightly smaller brush, see if I can get some details on the top of that head of this. And you can check your color on your brush against the color of the actual object. That's pretty close, so this should be the top of the head. I'm just gonna come in here and push some of this around. Oh, that's okay if it's bleeding out. There. And there's this little darker tinge here. I'm gonna a little bit of purple. There. I'm gonna go back to my bigger brush. Naples yellow. Really give him some highlights here. It's got a strip here, so I'm gonna make a brush stroke there. He's got another, quite a nice color here. It's another plain, so just use a different tone for that. And then I'm gonna blend this and this. Now let's get some of those barnacles in there right now. Come around the edge. So these are all, didn't lift there, but I'll take 2 brush strokes for that. And then let's get those barnacles in here. Okay, so that's 2 others. So I'll just pick up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And let's get a nice dark down here. Raw umber and blue often give a nice dark. I'm painting around this rock and it's used up. Let me get some more here, fill this space in and outline this rock, another rock here. Okay, and I'm going to put another gray here to balance that color. That's another rock. I'm going to now try to paint a bit more of the waves, and maybe I'll use a bit of palette knife for this, so see how we can count a stroke in that. Just put a bit of a dark here. That's another stroke. Balance it off on the other side. I'm going to push the brightness here a little bit with the cobalt. Just to push my eye. So those are 3 strokes right there. And I really only have 7 strokes left, so this is going to be crucial. Kind of been playing with that. So 2, 4, 6, 7. So the question is, do I do large brush strokes or small ones? Cover an area that's not working? I mean, you can take the time at this point and look in a mirror. This is deliberate painting, and oh, that looks all right. But I do need to form the ocean, and since I'm by the ocean, I'm going to give attention to that. It's always nice to push the dark, so notice underneath the waves there is a shadow, and it can be green, purple, a number of different colors. So let's try a little bit of this green here, and there's some green over here, so I'm going to push some of this, come around. So I'm going underneath the wave here, and I'm being the wave that's coming in behind this bare-faced rock. It's got a nice little lip here, and the wave behind the rock there. Let's get a brighter. As you go in the distance, you want to lighten and gray your colors. So the waves in the distance, so that's a pretty warm one, but that's okay. It's maybe lit by the sun. It's another stroke. I'm going to push that blue a bit just to balance this color. So maybe I'll actually pick it up here, come around under, push that blue right there, push it here, and push against the horizon line. Let's get some exciting highlights. I have 3 more here. Yeah, let's just put a big brush white, and I'm going to be little wavelets coming in here. Push down. Okay. I forgot my cobalt violet, which I love, but this time I'll just get that wave coming in here. And since this is the raw of the panel, I guess I'd like to fill that in. So I'll come in, fill it. Just go a little light on the brush so I can make a thin line, because I like that thin line coming in. Splashing away there. And the distance is usually lighter, so you do want to push that atmospheric depth with light. Got 1 more brush stroke. I'm going to clean this up. It's a little heavy on that side. I like to kind of bring your focus over here. So I'm going to take this nice dark, here's my cobalt violet maybe, and a little bit of green. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to just push a real nice dark under here to push the bare face forward. So I'm going to push him forward with the dark, come underneath that wavelet a bit. So my last stroke, So make it good, Jane. And just a little light here. Let's have fun with that. Smooth that out a bit. Come in here, finish it up. There you go. 37 stroke painting here at Belcarra of Bareface Rock. He's my buddy pal. Hope I did him justice. So here I am on the Hollyburn Trail practicing a 37-minute painting as outlined by the late Robert Genn, one of my favorite painters and mentors out of many. And he went out plein air painting like this and encouraged us to play and find our voice.